10 quick tips for successful exam preparation. There are always various activities that can be done separately or combined in enhancing one's experience. Herewith, there are a few guidelines respectively outlined to serve as a particular reference. Tip number 1. Give yourself enough time to study. Make a study schedule that fits your way of studying and don't leave anything for the last minute. While some students do seem to thrive on a last-minute studying, often this way of partial studying is not the best approach for the exam preparation. Write down how many exams you have, how many pages you have to learn, and then the days you have left. Afterwards, organize your study habits accordingly. Tip number 2. Make sure your study space is organized. Make sure you have enough space on your desk to spread your textbooks and notes, ensuring that the room is sufficiently bright and chairs restful enough. Also points to consider. Pay attention to details that can distract you and remove them from your study space. Make sure that you feel comfortable in your study space and that you're able to focus. For some individuals, this may mean complete silence, while for others, listening to music helps. Some of us need complete order to focus, while others like to study in a more cluttered environment. Make sure your study space is friendly and pleasant so that you can fully concentrate. Tip number 3. Use flow charts and diagrams. Visual aids can be especially helpful when revising study material. At the start of a topic, write down everything you already know about the subject. Closer to the exam, transform your revision notes in a diagram. In that manner, the visual remembrance that can aid to you readiness considerably when taking the exam. Tip number 4. Practice on all the exams. One of the most effective ways to prepare for exams is to practice with an old version of previous exams. Also, an old test will help you see the format and formulation of the questions, and it will be good for you to know what to expect, but also a worthy practice for the measuring the time you need for the actual test. Tip number 5. Explain your answers to others. With the help of your family and friends, you could excel on your exam. Explain them your reasoning for why you have answered a certain question in a certain way. Tip number 6. Organize study groups with friends. Study groups can help you get the answers you need and finish tasks faster. Just make sure the group is focused on the subject and they're not easily distracted. Tip number 7. Take regular breaks. Regular breaks are needed for the brain to regain its focus. It's not the best tactic to study long hours because long-term retention of knowledge is almost impossible. The most important part of studying is to develop a routine that fits your study style. Snacking on a healthy food is good for the brain. You should not eat unhealthy food while you're studying. Keep your body and brain fit by choosing natural, fresh, and vitamins-rich food that is good for you and would improve your concentration and memory. Tip number 9. Plan the day of your exams. Check all the rules and requirements for the exam. Plan your route and the time it may take you to reach your destination, then add on some extra time. You don't want to arrive late and deal with even more anxiety. Tip number 10. Drink plenty of water while studying for exams, and even during an exam it's advisable to drink water. Remaining hydrated is vital and adds to your overall positive mood.